My name is Eunice Feller. I'm here at Bread and Chocolate Bakery Cafe in Newton, just out of Boston, Massachusetts, and we're going to be making chocolate raspberry cupcakes today. It has three great components: a great chocolate tender cupcake, it has a very simple raspberry mousse, and a silky chocolate ganache. The first part is the cake, which has just very few ingredients for spectacular results. We're going to be taking 1 3/4 cups of flour, 1 1/2 cups of sugar. Our leavening is 1/2 teaspoon of baking powder, 1/2 teaspoon of baking soda, and we have 1/4 teaspoon of salt in there, and we have 1 cup of cocoa powder. And we're going to sift all these ingredients together. It's very important to sift your ingredients. It'll add air to your dry ingredients, and you got to make sure that you don't have any lumps in your cocoa or in your flour. So I always find it easy to kind of sift over a large parchment sheet and then use the parchment sheet to pour it into your mixing bowl. So once you have that done, lift up your parchment sheet, pour it into your mixing bowl. And it's time for wet ingredients. The wet ingredients are 4 eggs, 4 large eggs. We have 6 ounces of whole milk and 2 ounces of corn syrup. We're going to whisk all that together, making sure that you're breaking up the egg yolks. And we're going to add 1 tablespoon of vanilla. Because we're using pastry flour, it needs some time in the mixer with the wet ingredients to build structure so it holds its shape and it has a great crumb. To your dry ingredients, you're going to add 8 ounces of room temperature softened butter, so that's 2 sticks, and half of your wet ingredients. Get the mixer going very slowly so you don't have things flying over your kitchen. And then once you get a nice paste, you're going to take that up to medium speed and beat it for 4 minutes. Okay, now that we've had it going for about 4 minutes, we're going to add half of what you have left into your cake batter. And then we're going to beat it on medium speed for another 2 minutes. Now you can see your batter has become lighter because we got some air beat in there, and we're going to add the balance of your wet. Now, one of the reasons that we're beating it so much, in addition to building structure to the cake, is that we're giving the sugar a chance to dissolve, so the crumb of the cake is much more tender. So 2 more minutes. Now that we have our cake batter done, we're going to portion it out onto our lined pans. I'm using a jumbo cupcake pans. This is a 1 cup capacity, and with the batter we made, we're going to get 12 cupcakes. This is a 4-ounce scoop, half a cup. Now, if my husband was here, he would be asking for the bowl and the spatula, but we don't let that happen too often. Okay, this is going to go into an oven, 350 degrees Fahrenheit, and it's going to bake for about 25-30 minutes until tops spring back when you press it lightly. The second component in our cupcake is a chocolate ganache, which is very simple. You're going to take a small saucepan, a little bit of water, and into a steel bowl, a stainless steel bowl. You're going to take equal parts really good chocolate. It's very important to use good chocolate. So we're using 6 ounces of semi-sweet chocolate and 6 ounces of heavy cream. You put this over a low burner for about 5-10 minutes, making sure that your water doesn't touch the bottom of your bowl and that you have just gentle steam melting your chocolate. Give it a quick stir, and you're going to end up with chocolate ganache. The last component of our cupcake is a raspberry mousse, and it's a very simple mousse with raspberries that's been cooked down with a little sugar. I took a pint of raspberries, fresh raspberries, or you could use frozen, with a heaping cup of sugar, a little bit of water, put it into a saucepan, and cook it down on a very low flame until you get a jam. Or if you have a favorite raspberry jam, seeded or seedless, you could use that as well. So we're going to take about a cup of jam. We're going to take 12 ounces of heavy cream. Make sure it's cold. Make sure your bowl and your whipper is also chilled. It'll make the whipping process much quicker. And we're going to whip up the heavy cream until it's very stiff. So we got our whipped cream. You just want to make sure that you're not making butter. So you want to watch it when it starts getting stiff. So we'll take about a cup of this raspberry jam. And then first we're going to lighten it with about 1/3 of the whipped cream. We're just going to gently fold it in. Then once we've lightened it, we're going to add in the rest. Until just mix, because you don't want to flatten your whipped cream. And simplest mousse ever. Our cupcakes are out of the oven. They've cooled. Actually, chocolate cupcakes, I feel, taste better the day after. So if you want to stage your baking through a couple of days, you could bake your cupcakes the day before and make your ganache and your mousse on the day you're going to use them. So we have our cupcakes with a nice little dome. And we're going to hollow them out to make room for the mousse. So I just take an offset spatula and just cut a circle around. And just lift the cake out. And then we're going to have a little space for a ganache and a little mousse. So I've prepped these in advance, and we're going to put one together. So I think every dessert have a little surprise. Rather than just filling it straight with mousse, I want to put a little dollop of ganache in there, so you have a little bit of intense chocolate inside the cupcake. We're going to throw in some fresh raspberries, and then we're going to top it off with a little mousse. Then we're going to take the caps that we saved and just top it right off. And take more of the ganache. And crown them. Make sure that you get a good amount of ganache on there. And to give everybody a hint what's in there, I like to top them with more raspberries. Like that. Very pretty. And top them with a little bit of powdered sugar. And there you have it.